Hey everybody, Mr. Friend here of the Ranch Hand Read Along, and boy do we got a special little surprise for you today. A little crossover video featuring Troy Friend of Microvello's Cameras and Mr. Friend of the Ranch Hand Read Along series.
Hi, it's Troy Friend here from Microvello's Cameras. We've got another great video today here for you on YouTube, but we're doing something pretty special. As you can see, I'm not at the store right now. I'm someplace completely different, and so we are doing something completely different today. We are doing something we have never done before. I mean, you've seen us do Zumba, you've seen us do magic, you've seen us talk with robots, but today we're out in a field, we're out in a pasture, and so we are doing a YouTube channel crossover. You know me, I'm Troy here with Microvello's Cameras, but today I've got a very special guest, and that is my brother, Derek Friend. Derek, come on in. Tell us who you are, Derek.
Hi Troy, I'm Derek Friend, and I am number 2 out of the 6 here. No, I'm... Shit. With number 2 out of 6. I'm number 4. I had it. I lost it.
That's okay. Go.
Pause.
Go.
And then we go. I'm Derek Friend of the YOU Ranch Hand Read-Alongs with Mr. Friend. I'm a special ed aide. When school closed down because of COVID, we started making extra virtual lessons and extra virtual, I was put in charge of boosting morale. So I've been trying to read children's books for my students to various farm animal critters. I have read to alpacas, goats. I've bottle fed a calf the other day. And we're out here at YOU Ranch with some very unique cattle, the Scottish Highland cattle breed. And they're very unique. They're a grass-fed beef primarily. And what you're looking at is what they're doing. They're grazing and eating and doing what they do. So I'm going to turn it back to number 2 from number 4 of the Friend Brothers. Here you go, Troy.
Thank you very much, Derek. I am so excited to do this. As Derek mentioned, he is the founder of the Ranch Hand Read Along, wherein he's been making entertaining videos for kids who have been stuck at home during the COVID pandemic. It's really pretty awesome. Now, you know that with what we usually do, we usually talk about great equipment that we've got in the used department or things like that. So today, for our crossover, for our YouTube crossover, we're going to flip that a little bit. Yep, and Derek is going to tell you about some great photo equipment, and I'm going to read a children's book to you. So I bet you cannot wait for that. So the book that we're doing for today's read-along is The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santat. So sit on down, buckle up, and let's see what The Adventures of Beekle is all about. It opens up with this great 2-page spread of all these amazing creatures and all this here. The illustrations of this book are pretty darn awesome. He was born on an island far away where imaginary friends were created. Here they lived and played, each eagerly waiting to be imagined by a real child. Every night, he stood under the stars, hoping for his turn to be picked by a child and given a special name. But he waited for many nights. But his turn never came. The other imaginary friends got imagined and left, but he was left alone yet. His mind was filled with thoughts of all the amazing things that were keeping his friend from imagining him. So rather than waiting, he did the unimaginable. Look at that! There's a dragon, there's a boat, there's waves and a sea. It's amazing. He sailed through unknown waters and faced many scary things. But thinking about his friend gave him the courage to journey on. That whale is so cool. I think whales are one of the neatest animals out there myself. So he sailed and he sailed until he reached the real world. He left the imaginary world and came to the real world. Gosh. The real world was a strange place. No kids were eating cake. No one stopped to hear the music. And everyone needed nap time. But then, he finally saw something familiar. Look at that. So he followed. He saw another imaginary friend, so he followed along. He had a good feeling about this place, but he looked everywhere, and he could not find his friend. He climbed to the top of a tree and looked out, wishing and hoping that his friend would come. And hey, it looks like it's fall there, just like it is almost fall here in Wisconsin. But no one came. He still couldn't find his friend. He thought about how far he'd come and how long he'd waited and felt very sad. But then he heard a noise below. Hello! There's a little girl down there trying to get her piece of paper that's stuck up in the tree. So he brought it down to her because he is a pretty nice guy. That's definitely apparent. Her face was friendly and familiar, and there was something about her that just felt right. It seems like he might have met his friend. At first, they weren't sure what to do. Neither of them had made a friend before, but after a little while, Alice, she says her name is, they realized Beekle. She named him. She named him Beekle. I'm Beekle. Hi, Beekle. They realized that they were perfect together. Beekle and Alice had many new adventures. They shared their snacks. Sharing is caring, you know. They told funny jokes. Even if other people don't get them, you still should tell awesome funny jokes. And it looks like they just had a darn good time hanging out together. The world began to feel a little less strange for Alice and Beekle. And together, they did the unimaginable. They had lots of fun. And that is the end. The story of Alice and Beekle. Really, really great. Again, by Dan Santat. Ranch Hand, it seems like you've got something to say.
Yes, how about that, students? How about a big, warm Olsen round of applause for Troy Friend reading Beekle on the Ranch Hand Read-Along series with Mr. Friend. How about that guy?
It was my pleasure indeed. Heck yes. Thank you very much, Derek.
You're welcome.
Heck yeah. What a beautiful book that was there. Thank you for letting me read that, Derek.